Bournemouth with a huge win against Villa. The Blades winning again away from home. Liverpool 4, Southampton 0 in our main game. No goals at St James's Park. Great comeback for Everton away at Watford, and likewise Brighton away at West Ham. One more game today comes from Old Trafford. Man United against Wolves, those two teams pushing for a top 4 place. And then 2 games tomorrow, Arsenal away to Burnley, and the big one between Spurs and Manchester City. So after all that, the bottom half now looks like this after all sorts of chopping and changing today. Norwich is still bottom, just 18 points for them, just 4 wins all campaign. Then come Watford, and now West Ham in the bottom 3. They're beneath Aston Villa, beneath Bournemouth, who made a big move today. Brighton in danger too. They now have 2 points above the bottom 3. To the top, Chelsea in 4th place still. The Blades, big movers, going into 5th place this evening. But at the top is now a 22-point lead for Liverpool, who've dropped us 2 points all campaign. From me and Dom, that's it from the Goal Rush. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.
Oh, thanks to Don and to Joe. Well, some dramatic stories around the Premier League today. And Liverpool just keep on going. 22 points clear at the top of the Premier League. They have taken 100 points available from the last 102. And also, they remain unbeaten. And they've gone level on points with that run of Nottingham Forest in the 70s as well. It's phenomenal.
It really is. We said at half-time they'll find... I feel a little bit sorry for Southampton because they played their part in a really good game there. First half, they certainly deserved to have scored a goal or two. But you see that run there, it's quite staggering, their points. We've said all day, Steve, that, the records that they're breaking now, whether it's points, whether it's games unbeaten, all these different records are just falling to them at the moment. And you've got to say it's deserved. It's a great team that we're watching week in, week out. And they proved it again in the second half, an average first half, but they always find a way of winning.
They do. But before they broke the deadlock today, big talking point inside their own penalty area, Owen.
Yeah, I think there was, we were watching it back and debating. Danny Ings has been magnificent, really. I think it would have been soft if it was given. I don't think that's a penalty, but obviously this is what this great Liverpool team do. They can go the other way. I know Southampton probably played the best first half with United against Liverpool this season, but this is what they do. They can counter when you attack them, and just so quick, this little transition, but a little bit of good fortune. But that's what Liverpool are. They can break quick, and I don't think this is...
Michael?
Yeah.
It's not apparent.
I don't think there's quite enough. Again, it's one of those. If it's given, I don't think VAR would change it. Is there enough contact to bring him down? Oh, it's hard to say.
No.
I'm lukewarm on it, if I'm honest. And do you know what? As soon as they're attacking, you're thinking, if they score now, there's going to be, a lot of trouble. VAR going to be frantically looking whether it was a penalty or not, and of course they go in up the other end and score. On balance, I probably think not a penalty.
I agree. I just don't think there was enough contact, but that's the thing with this Liverpool team. If you commit bodies forward, you're trying to get goals. Look at that cutback from Firmino. He's just the most unselfish centre forward in the division. Good finish from Jordan Henderson, but Liverpool, this is how great this team is. The mentality that they have is with up there with some of those great United teams. They can not be great and come second half, score 4 goals and absolutely punish a Southampton team that probably first half wise probably could have been ahead.
If you're an attacking player nowadays, you're looking at players like De Bruyne and Firmino, aren't you? You want to play alongside those types of players because they're just so unselfish and they can spot anyone. And then this fella, what a finisher he is. And I wouldn't have said that a few years ago. His finishing is 100% improved. I met him only a week or so ago to do an interview with him, and he even admits that his finishing is coming on leaps and bounds, and that's just practice, repetition, being cool, composed in that situation. But his finishing, his choice of finishing now is just amazing.
His second one, a little bit of luck about it, but he's got 18 in all competitions now.
But again, look at Firmino, just sets it up. The thing about this Liverpool team is defensively as good as they are, the goalkeeper and the back four. They can get a goal, then they can play on the counter-attack, no question of offside. Most of Firmino's so unselfish there. bit of good fortune, but Liverpool, I mean, to imagine they weren't at their best and they still won 4-0. I mean, it's remarkable.
Yeah, 100 points from 102, 22 clear at the top, and to say Liverpool are cruising is something even at this stage of an understatement. Not so straightforward at the bottom. Incredible day down there. Let's begin in East London at the London Stadium West.
In direct, sometimes that is, from back to front really quick. Another game, it might be playing on the break, it might be like keep hold of possession, good movement, might be getting wide against some teams. We seem to figure it out more ways than not.
I think
that's a sign of a good team.
Yeah, there's that, and there's the other side of it now. Squad depth is massive. It's so much better than it was even like a couple of years ago, but even last season, because you've got players back fit. When you bring in the likes of Minamino off the bench, and then you've got Origi coming off Shaqiri, you've got options now, and you've got options in midfield as well.
Yeah, really is a good point. We're going to hear very soon from Jordan Henderson, I think the Liverpool captain, who's been in the tunnel downstairs doing the rounds. We'll also take a look at this break now for Liverpool to go into, perhaps with a days off and the chance to put their feet up ahead of what we're hoping is going to be a 30-year wait for that Premier League title. More on that. The manager Jurgen Klopp very soon. Before we do that, what a performance from the captain today, Jordan Henderson. He's with Becky Davis.
Okay, Jordan, congratulations, first of all. Been a little while since you got on the score sheet here at Anfield. How good did that feel to hit the back of the net?
Yeah, it's always nice to score a goal, especially at Anfield, of course. But the most important thing was the 3 points, of course. The goals were important, obviously, and we scored some really good goals in the second half. So, yeah, delighted with the performance in the end, especially second half. Some really good goals, and we've got to be delighted with the 3 points.
Yeah, it was a bit of a turnaround, wasn't it, from the first half? Alex said the boss had a few choice words for you at half-time.
Yeah, last 10-15 minutes of the first half, give them too many opportunities, really, a little bit sloppy in build-up, and not normal for us, not like us, really. So, but I thought we came in, spoke about one or two things that we need to improve on, and then went out second half and put in a really good performance. Managed to get a goal early on, which helped, and then finished the job off brilliantly.
What about Mo Salah? Because we're running out of plaudits, really, to say how incredible he is. What's it like playing alongside him week in, week out?
Yeah, fantastic. He's an unbelievable player. Just putting in really good performances. He's a nightmare for defenders to play against, and he was amazing again today. Scored some good goals as well. But his movement, his overall play was really good, and hopefully he can just continue that.
And 3 assists for Bobby as well. One of them very special, a back heel. He's a magician, isn't he?
Yeah, some of the stuff he does is madness, really. But yeah, he's another outstanding player for us. Another big performance from him. Everyone, especially second half, put in a real good performance. Just really delighted to get the 3 points, especially going into the break now.
Yeah, at 22 points clear, you go into the break. I mean, I know you don't like to talk about the title and things too soon, but you've got to say it's obviously within very close touching distance.
Well, we're getting closer to our target, but I don't see why we need to change. I keep saying it every week. But it's the truth, we'll take the next game as it comes. That's the next challenge, the biggest challenge. We're focusing on that 90 minutes and giving everything we can, respect the opposition like we always do, and just focus on each game as it comes, and that's put us in good stead till now. So there's no need to change, and we just need to continue on our journey, keep focused, keep working, learning on the training pitch, and then when we play on the weekend, give everything we can.
On an individual level, you're nominated for Premier League Player of the Month. Talk of the PFA Player of the Year. I know you're very modest, you don't want to talk about yourself too much, but you must be really enjoying this season.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the season. We're putting some real good performances. If you ask anyone, we'll be enjoying the season, of course, because of how we've been playing for a long period of time. So yeah, everybody's enjoying the football, but it's also about the work ethic and giving everything for each other, and that's the most important thing to me. Just give everything you can for your teammate, which we have been doing, and if you do that, then you get your rewards at the end. So for us, we just need to continue that, give everything we can right until the end of the season, and then see where we are.
And finally, it's gone into the break now. How much will the players benefit from a little rest at this time?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. We're not used to it, of course, but I think it's a good time to have a week or two where we can, well, not maybe a week, to just switch off mentally a little bit. So then when we come back, we're ready to go for the final push of the season. I think it's important. So hopefully we can use this time as best we can, and when we come back, we're ready to go again.
Brilliant, thank you.
What a performance, and absolutely no doubt that players will lose their focus with a captain like that behind the scenes, and you can see it etched all over his face, and obviously they're all facing questions that they don't really want to answer, but he just has to say it's the same message, it's the same thing, we just grind the points out and see where we are in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, I just think that's the message around the dressing room. I think Jurgen Klopp, there won't be any kind of different emotion as they're getting nearer. I think they have to keep it the same. I think we're kind of creatures of habit as well, aren't we? We don't like to do anything different. When we're winning, you eat the same, you do the same, you prepare the same, and you say the same thing. Of course they want to get it wrapped up as quickly as they can, but the best way of doing that is by winning games, and they know if they win next week or the week after, it's getting closer, and it's making it harder for other teams to catch them. I totally agree with what Steve said. I don't think there's anybody in the land that's going to catch them, but they're running out of games, and the closer they get to that mathematical target,
Well, the one thing you can't do is it's 100% him and any of the players. They can't come out and go, it's done. Or no one's catching us. You can't be arrogant. You don't hear any other Premier League players in the past going, oh yeah, we've walked it easy. Don't get me wrong, it's not being easy, but you don't come out and say it's done until it's mathematically done and you've got your hands on the trophy.
You don't want to give anyone any incentive, do you?
No, exactly, and you don't want to put any added pressure on the team. There's no point in doing that.
Alluded to the fact that the manager gave them a bit of a rollicking at half-time as well. What would he have not been happy with in that first half, do you think?
Probably the speed at which the ball's being moved. It was quite slow, lethargic at times. Probably the chances that Southampton were creating against us as well, they were getting in behind, they were sort of, we said it before the game, getting left in 2v2 situations, but there was times where it was a 1v1, and you're thinking that shouldn't really be happening. Danny Ings caused numerous problems to the back two, if you like, as Gomez and Van Dijk. And I think that will have frustrated him, because he probably felt it had dropped below standards, and for the standards that we've set this year so far, it probably did, and it's not often you'll say that.
Sloppiness, yeah, I totally agree. We give the ball away far too many times in difficult areas, where you could get punished. It's a bit different if you're giving it away, in the opposition's final third or in the box of the opposition's box. They've got to go 90-80 yards to get something away, haven't they? But we were giving it away on the edge of our box at times. So yeah, sloppiness, as Stephen said, leaving men exposed, and then not really taking our own chances. There were two ways I said that you can play against Liverpool. I always feel if a team does press, there's not many teams that can do that, and City would do it, the other top teams that would do it. You would feel the type of striker that you're facing would be clinical. Southampton, although they had Danny Ings, they were going to create things, but I always feel when teams do that, it gives us more opportunity. We're a really good team with spacing behind us. We've got pace and movement. We should be hurting teams, and we didn't really do that, did we? Didn't really create anything in the first half that you would go, well done there. We didn't, and I suppose he's got him in half time. He's just had a right go at them, and they've come out and responded to them.
I know you had this discussion the other night about the PFA Player of the Year award. Obviously he's going to be in the mix, Jordan Henderson, by the very nature of his performances. How realistic is it that he could win it, though? Because